All right, Lance, I know everybody's talking about Ryan Bader's homecoming and, some of the guys that live in Arizona, but it's kind of a homecoming for you too, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I went to school for a bit here, and I went to school like a block away from the hotel and the venue. So it's kind of cool for me because I rode the light rail down here and passed it every week. So it's pretty awesome to be full circle back here, but doing what I love to do.
Yeah. Have you been back here since you got out of school, or is this the first time that you've been back?
This is my first time I've been back, so it's like, well, I remember everything, so it's like it's really cool to be able to be down here and be already acclimated to my surroundings.
Yeah. Is there anybody that's going to be at this fight on Saturday, maybe that is local you haven't seen for a while, or is it pretty much you kind of separated from the life that was here?
A lot of people from my brother's fraternity are going to come because
Nice.
he went to school down here. But so those guys are going to be there. And then my sister, she's a ride or die, obviously. And then all my cousins. I have tons of cousins, and those guys are all ride or die, and I love them all. So, yeah, it's awesome. They're going to be here and be supporting me.
Yeah.
When we were speaking with Corey Anderson out here, he said fighting in front of friends and family can be a detriment at times for the amount of tickets he can hit for, of all these directions to get pulled away. Have you experienced any of that here in Arizona?
Not with tickets necessarily, but I mean, I got my tickets that I will be handing out, and they're going to my sister and my family. So, but other than that, it is what it is. I don't have that issue yet, but maybe one day. Yeah.
You said you went to school?
Yeah.
Which school did you go to?
Arizona State University.
Downtown?
Yeah. I went downtown for a few days of the week, and then the rest I went in Tempe.
Was it just because I went to school downtown?
Oh, you didn't know it?
What years did you go downtown?
2013, I think, and I was at Cronkite for human nutrition.
So you and I definitely had classes together, probably.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Because I graduated in 2013 from
No way.
So you probably like, who's this guy's going to be a fish fighter?
Yeah, exactly. Who would have known that? Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, speaking of your opponent, how much did you know about him when they matched you up?
We do our research always, but I knew quite a bit about him. I studied him just like I study any other opponent, and I prepare in every aspect just like I would any other fight,
And you step on Julia, we always talk about the family aspect in here, Bellator, and she's obviously with a different promotion now. What did you think of that? Were you kind of like, just your thoughts on being the only one now in your clan in Bellator?
Her time in Bellator came to an end, and it is what it is. But now it's my time to shine in Bellator and show why I'm going to be the world champion. And there's no reason why I shouldn't be ranked in the top 10 after this fight and after I've phenomenal performance. And Julia will go on with her career and finish it off and do her job.
And I think a lot of times we don't necessarily see fighters explore free agency and things like that. As a young guy on the come up, I know Bellator's invested a lot in you. Is that something that's on your mind that you would ever do? Like, next time your contract's up, would you kind of weigh your options, or do you think you're here to stay in Bellator for the time being?
I think I'm definitely here to stay in Bellator for the time being. They are treating me fantastic. They're all the people, Carrie, Scott, Rich, Mike, everybody that's been around here are all amazing people, and I'm happy to be here.
Jose asked you about your opponent. Kind of what do you think fans should expect to see out of you in this one?
I think you should expect to see a long journey of my martial arts journey throughout my entire length of my life. 24 years of martial arts experience. That's what you're going to see in there. So it's not a wrestling match. My opponent's a good wrestler, but it's not a wrestling match. But if it were, I would beat him in wrestling because I'm a martial artist and I would never let anybody beat me. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to handle business, and you're going to see absolute skill in there.
After your last fight, I think your phrasing was you were going to pick yourself apart after you were going to go back and watch the fight. So after rewatching the fight, what did you pick apart from your last performance?
I threw a lot of volume in that fight. I know I did, and it was great. It was great for the time being, but I'm going to be a lot more accurate this time. I'm going to pick my shots a lot better. I'm going to use my timing a lot better, my reaction timing, and I'm going to see everything before it gets there, and I'm going to finish them.
And then, unrelated to this fight, but I interviewed, you might know him, a light heavyweight named Paul Craig, and he was going to fight Jamal Hill. And he was fighting someone that was undefeated, and he had previously lost. And he said being undefeated in a major MMA promotion is dangerous because you haven't felt what it's like to lose and come back. Do you agree with that assessment, that it is dangerous to be a young undefeated fighter in a major MMA promotion?
You know, it depends on your experience, I think. Through my experience of being around the sport for a long time, I've seen young undefeated fighters that were cocky and go in and get annihilated and then never come back. I've seen people that were like 13 and 12 and come back and start and beat guys that should beat them. So I think it all depends on what your mentality is. I believe that, well, one, you stay humble and you work hard and you have that fire in you, nobody can stop you.
And finally, what do you make of the new Scott Coker announcing all non-title fight main events are going to be 5 rounds in Bellator moving forward?
Sorry, can you...
all non-title fight main events in Bellator are going to be 5 rounds moving forward. Scott Coker just announced it last week. What do you make of that news?
I think it's great. I mean, it's the main event. Sometimes you watch it and you don't get the full. You feel like there's the fighters have more to show in there, and I think that's awesome. I think it's going to be good to give people experience to when you're on the main event, when I'm eventually on the main event, to get that experience for a championship fight.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Thanks. Thank you.